It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ jójójójó. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ jójójójó. Maiyegun ti dé, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. It is Maiyegun Live.
What did you say? Maiyegun diary politico. Godfatherism.
Please read the caption of this broadcast, as well as the short description as well. But this broadcast is going to be more detailed than what you are reading there. Please share it and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Ani esuraki. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esuraki. Ani esuraki.
Nigeria is not a real place. And every day we are proven right again and again and again. Share the broadcast.
And yes, right.
Nigeria is the only country in the world where whistleblowers, journalists, activists are jailed, but terrorists are pardoned. And Nigeria is also the only place on the surface of the earth where now only person we demand they fight for Nigerians. It is a place where they love their oppressors and their criminals differently. But today, sorry about that poor background sound. I'll keep apologizing until it is fixed, okay? But do let me know if this voice is not loud enough. Make her turn them up even louder. Thank you so much for joining me again today. And thanks so much for sharing the broadcast as well. It is Maiyegun, and this is live for those who are watching this live. The caption or the rider for this broadcast tonight is not a shocker to many. It is just further confirmation or validation of why a lot of us concluded at least a long time ago that there is no way you will be running a country like this and be telling the people that they have future. There is no future for anyone in a place run like this, where dog eats dogs, and where criminals who have connections can send you to jail for committing no crime other than exposing criminals. You have to be on the run. Yeah. Nigeria is a place where, the people you think you are exposing, the people you think you are helping by exposing all of the wrong things in the society, they will be the first set of people to come for you. Because somehow, your expose could actually be the exposition on their criminal activities, which they don't really see as a crime, since you are criminals with connections. Ladies and gentlemen, the two people you have on the screen are, the first one is Soyombo, Fisayo, and the second lady there, the lady on the screen, is Buki Donibare. The one on the left, Fisayo, is an award-winning investigative journalist. This is not the first time he is having sort of an issue with the Nigeria police. The last time he had issue with the Nigerian police was in 2021, when the media that they work for, Foundation for Investigative Journalism. Fisayo is not your regular journalist, okay? He is also not your regular investigative journalist. He is a guy that actually put himself into the investigation he is conducting, including having to put his own life on the line. And because of this, he has been awarded for his great works, locally and internationally. So in 2021, Fisayo's media, that is the FIJ, Foundation for Investigative Journalism, they made an expose also published by the Premium Times. It was the moment after Taylor Abba Kyari and the investigation of Taylor Abba Kyari. And these guys, not him, but the media, the medium, and the journalists are exposed that the person the police appointed to investigate, that head the committee or whatever, investigating Abba Kyari, the guy is a criminal. In case if you don't know, this guy on his own has his own police outpost with names, okay? You know, they have names, different names like that are only working for him, and he's been drawing billions upon billions of money from the police fund. Instead of them to go further, police to investigate this and possibly go after this individual, the founder of the FIJ, Fisayo, was declared wanted if he did not show himself up in 24 hours. So Fisayo went and he was detained, and we started the hashtag Free Fisayo Soyombo, Free Fisayo now. What kind of a country is this? Ladies and gentlemen, this was just about 2.5 years ago. Do you know the latest wahala? Right. Now look at your screen again. You see Buki Shonibare? She is a board member. That's a board of trustee member of the FIJ, which is the Foundation for Investigative Journalism. And because they were looking for Soyombo, so they found Shonibare, so they picked her up and they started threatening her to produce Fisayo Soyombo. And why are they looking for Fisayo? Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are familiar with his work, and those who are not, let me just give you a few recent work that prompted this. You have heard about the IB Dende, the Nigeria custom, as well as the smuggling and corruption, which has become an institution, especially in Ogun State border of the Nigeria custom. Now, this Fisayo and his investigation discovered that this IBD and so many others like that, but especially IBD Dende, with evidence. So this is not like somebody making accusation anyhow. With evidence that this guy brags, okay, that no custom can actually seize any of his drugs or whatever contraband is bringing into Nigeria. Is that connected? To the point that while the investigation was going on, while Fisayo was doing his own thing, gathering all the evidence, IB Dende was one of the 1,400 people that Tifnumbu took to Dubai for the climate change summit. Remember? So that and the images that came out of after that, right, sort of further give credence to the connection that this guy has with Tifnumbu. Because people have already told this journalist that you are only wasting your time, that this guy is so connected that the current DG of custom, how the person became DG of custom is not without the influence of this guy you are investigating. That every custom officer operating in that axis, especially the southwest part of Nigeria, they know IBD Dende. In fact, they have so much cordial relationship that some of the custom officers themselves, they have joined smuggling ring. I'm talking about higher up. Okay, customs are supposed to inspect what comes into the country, confiscate some of them that are contraband, arrest culprits, try them, and possibly dispose of their contraband. This is the job of customs. But surprisingly, the people that the customs are supposed to be checkmating, they have gone into partnership together. To the point that this relationship is so good that some custom officers working in that axis, they have become so rich that they have built hotels. Now, not just them, even the smugglers, they have built different hotels in that axis. That if you are a custom officer working in that part of Ogun State, there is no point in you trying to figure out smuggling routes because you'll be cooling and chilling in the 5-star hotels constructed by these criminals. They are criminals in the sense that you might think, but they are bringing food in. This is where fighting for Nigerians is not by any means an option. Don't fight for Nigerians. Do you understand? You cannot fight for them. When Nigerians are indeed tired and done, they will fight for themselves. Okay? The moment Fisayo started this expose, it was supposed to be a bombshell. Heads were supposed to roll. It was a graveyard silence. Then surprisingly, or not surprisingly, different journalists, media, they started the whitewashing job. Oh, on a video deal where then they slap custom officer that was checking his, that they said arrested few of his truck. These guys were not only bringing, I mean, if it was food, okay, there are those who don't care whether the food is going to harm them or not. They don't care. They just want cheap food. Okay, fine. Or maybe not fine. These guys were bringing in drugs, guns, and so many other dangerous stuffs that the customs that are supposed to be checking them, they just look away. And it is like that on a daily basis. This report is out there. Everyone have it. But the police, rather than investigate, we just started seeing articles. What is wrong with this guy? Since this guy started all this is nonsense. All of the rice that we used to see, the rice is no longer cheap. Food is now expensive. Omo, the olori buruku agbadoriansi, the bad starts, the bad idiots. As if to say, like pandemic corona, they invaded the social media. Rather than look at the crime and the evidence, they went straight for Fisayo. This Fisayo is enemy of Nigeria. Why is he always going after the officials? Why is he trying to disparage the custom? All these things he's writing about the custom. All these things, he is sponsored. They are sponsoring him. Baba, before we know it, Nigerian journalists have started writing articles defending Dende. He is a philanthropist. He is a cheerful giver. He helps a lot of people. He sponsors so many youth. He gave women money to start business. Why is this journalist coming after him? Is it because he is a supporter of Tifnumbu? Oh, that is why. Because he's a friend of Tifnumbu, that is why they came for him. Not because he's bringing in drugs. He's bringing in guns. This issue of terrorism in Eastern Nigeria, this man, IBD Dende, with evidence, expose, but with his connection, all the crimes that is linked to is now being tagged. The enemies of Tifnumbu are trying to get to the people that are supporting Tifnumbu. And this is why this word is like words of, these words are like words on marble. When exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals. There are Agbadorians who are watching me right now. For the past 8 years, some of them's topmost prayer is to see Maiyegun in handcuffs and inside their jail in Nigeria. Not because I have done anything, no, but because I have used my time to awake the people by amplifying with evidence all of the crimes against humanity that these guys are committing. The victims of all of this, they wake up every day and they are like, why is this guy still not arrested? They say it on this platform. The day you come to this country, they must arrest you. This afternoon, one of these Olori Brukus was pretty much comfortably responding to me on one of my broadcasts. And he said, because I said that why is it so difficult that the wealth of the land is in the hands of few, while the majority, the son of the land or the son of the soil, the daughters of the soil, while they were wallowing in the abject poverty, desperation, and all of that, the resources of the land are being taken by the people that are even not from the land, and the little that is left is totally cornered by just few people. So if they are talking about a self-preservation, self-preservation is to say all the things that you have somehow, whether your ancestors or yourself, so everything that you have labored for, that you want them to outlive you, good lives, good economy, so you get good standard of living, a good educational standard, affordable and accessible health care, something that you can easily say, this is our own, this is our direct benefit. I'm talking about livable, affordable homes, where people actually live in homes, things that you can really have attachment to. Now, you don't have that. The criminals who are looting everything from you, they are building different isolated places for themselves. They call them mansions, okay? While they leave you in squalor. Then this individual said, all of your plans have failed. Nigeria can never scatter. And I'm like, do you actually really need anybody to explain to you that Nigeria is already scattered? But a lot of you are already so deluded, so comfortable in that your cane, that you think everybody is as comfortable as you are. No. Yeah. The criminals in Nigeria are those, you see, the criminals in Nigeria, they are the true reflection of the lunatics that will always defend them and prop them on. Fisayo told the truth. How the system is hurting you. How the system allow criminally intended people to actually work so freely, but because they give money to people, because they, they are generous, then it doesn't really matter whatever else they are doing to hurt you. So they were calling for Fisayo's arrest. They were calling for Fisayo's this. If something is not done, this Fisayo is going to cause problem in this place or more. Now they have declared him wanted. The Nigerian police is wanted for consistently holding the authority to their job. Fisayo called on the Nigeria Customs. He does this every day. He will call them and he will take part of his investigation he published. He will take them and he will put them on X, on Twitter, and he will call. He will say, good morning. What happened to the bullets and guns brought in by IBD Dende, pieced into their component parts, smothered with black nylons, just how Turkey is packaged? lumped together with Turkey as though the real import is Turkey, and smuggled to eastern Nigeria with the knowledge of a particular custom officer in Zone B. Nigerians would like to know, why has the Nigeria Customs Service never announced the interception of these arms smuggled to the east with these specific markings? Does it mean, okay, never mind, does it mean that we should mind our business? A lot of you have been wondering, how come immediately they kidnapped Nnamdi Kano? Their media, their criminal security agents, suddenly there is insecurity in eastern Nigeria. How many of you do I need to remind that these things don't take rocket science? A state-sponsored terrorism, this is how it works. You contact a smuggler. A smuggler brings in the bullets. He brings in the gun in containers wrapped in Turkey, and then they smuggle them straight to wherever they want them delivered, under the supervision of the Nigerian custom, maybe some Nigerian DSS, Nigerian Army, Nigeria Police. These information are informations that are indeed should tell you the people behind terrorism in Nigeria and how and when the smugglers bring in their arms into Nigeria. So when you add 1 and 2 together, I don't think it should be that difficult for any sane mind. So to the criminally minded Nigerians, this is just an attempt to spoil the name of this man. In fact, all of these things is just to tarnish his image. He is a good man. He is a very clinical man. He is an hotelier. He is a businessman. All these things, no evidence, because it is Nigeria. No evidence. And the Nigerian police would have to arrest you. And if you are not by any means close to where you can be arrested, they will declare you wanted. So they have declared the man that exposed the customs corruption, the rackets of smugglers. That person has now been declared wanted. Just the same way the Nigerian army declared the people that survived the attack on the people of, the attack on Okoma by the Nigerian army. So what happened after? Because they came out to debunk the lies of the Nigerian army, which the Nigerian media are already helping them to establish across Nigeria. These people killed Nigerian soldiers, 17 soldiers. Abi, the number 7, the man on the number 7th position, Igwe Clement Ikolo, is a monarch. He came out to condemn the killing and he called for the investigation. These people wrote petition to the Nigerian army in their area twice to say the level of bunkering in that part is so much that they needed to investigate their own personnel, their own fellow soldiers. They sent, in fact, Baba, this year alone, between January and February, the Okoma people, they wrote 2 petitions to the Nigerian military to please come to their aid, because the activities of the Nigerian army and so many other criminals in that axis doing bunkering is becoming dangerous, that it could escalate into something else soon. Also, they wouldn't mind to please, the Nigerian army should intervene as well, that their personnel in that area, that they are already taking side, working for a warlord, Tompolo that is believed to be Ijo, Okoma people believed to be Yoruba. So they said they have been fighting over land for some time. In their petition, alerting the military that there are things developing in the area, they needed their help. The military went there, and that was when they said they went for peace mission. You didn't go for peace mission. when you went there and you said you are taking their leaders away, they resisted. Just for resisting, you opened fire. Over 80 people were killed. You left. All of you that killed it, you left. You came back again with more gunboats. Second time. And for those who were left, you started shifting again. Baba, these people that survived and gave the account of what happened, they are now the people declared wanted by the Nigerian army. So just for a recap, the Igwe among them, Clement Ikolo, has volunteered himself, surrendered himself to the Nigerian police. And the Nigerian police have also ferried him straight to Abuja, to the Nigerian army. So he is now in custody of the Nigerian army. And according to him, like Fisayo said he is going to go to them because he's not done anything wrong. So did Mr. Ikolo. He is now in the custody of the Nigerian army. How could the victims of your criminal enterprise now be declared wanted? They even used the video, they even used the screenshot of the video made by the guy on number 8, Ruben Baru. They used the video he made where he said, I know after making this video, Nigerian army will declare me wanted, but it's okay, they should declare me wanted. But I will tell the world the truth. He said his truth. And guess what? The Nigerian army declared him wanted. That guy at number 8. Here is the king at number 7.
This morning, to the greatest of my surprise, I saw my name on the list of persons wanted in connection with this heinous crime. It is a shock to me because I have no hands in such things. I don't believe in anything that has got to do with truncating the lives of human beings. I am not in any way, shape, or form connected to this. Let it be stated clearly here that I haven't been able, even as a monarch, I haven't been able to access the kingdom till date. I got my staff of office on the 16th of November, 2023. Now, prior to getting my staff of office, it's been turbulent. The government is sufficiently aware of my position. And I'm really, really very surprised and taken aback that my name as the monarch of the kingdom will appear in a list of wanted persons. I have no hands in killings. I have no hands in encouraging anybody to kill anybody. It is against my philosophy as a human being and my faith as a Catholic. It is against it. This is a serious crime against humanity. And I think they need to look at the appropriate places. They need to do a thorough investigation to know all those who have committed this and bring them to book.
You wish. They know those who did it because they did it. Yes, they did it. And they just need people to take the fall. And because these guys are murderous, bloodthirsty criminals in a criminal country like that, or a contraption that you call a country, they have the media that will always help them, okay? To sort of make it look okay. And it has always been working, always been working, until social media came. And that is why, if they want to see, if they lay their hands on somebody like me now, they will charge me for, they may charge me for cyberbullying, that I am bullying this and bullying that, okay? And then they will charge me for incitement, that I am inciting the victims of bad government to demand for better deals or better government. So I'm inciting them. That's criminal. Also, what I'm doing can overthrow government. I mean, if the people says they don't want bad government anymore, they've had enough, all of that stuff. So my action could trigger that. So they will charge me for all the crimes that has no evidence or no proof. And guess what? You will see educated people, like many of you watching me right now. It's true, Jared. I mean, that boy, his mouth, honestly speaking, his mouth. If you, I mean, they have to teach him a lesson. So the legality is always justified that way. And like I said, don't try to fight for Nigerians. Don't be stupid. By any means, right? Don't get too carried away and begin to see yourself as somebody who is fighting for Nigerians. Don't try it. Okay? Because they will join them to make you their real problems. Nigerians don't get mad at their criminals. You don't know. The reason why some of them are angry and mad with their criminal leaders is because they are not part of those who are kind of eating the crumbs. So don't ever get yourself carried away. All right? And that's why when I see anybody there, we are fighting for you. We are fighting. Baba, who sent you? Don't fight for anybody. You can't fight for anybody. Do you understand? There's not a way paying person pass. May you the fight, and everywhere, blood, everywhere. Finally, they don't, you know, Isho 5 Tisare cut. I'm talking about maybe about 5 veins already cut, and you're like that. And then you see the people you thought you were fighting for, and they look at us here. Jackie Chan. Now who send you? Now who send you? You just want to kill yourself, Abi. You go just die. I don't know who send you all this thing where you they do. Now, not the way paying person pass. And I don't think you want to see yourself or find yourself in that situation. So don't ever, for any reason, think your advocacy, your outspokenness, and then your boldness and your courage. Like some people will say to me, I love your courage, Maiyegun. I love what you are doing. You are really opening a lot of people's eyes. You are really opening a lot of people's mind. In fact, you are fighting for the people. I said, Hold up. Don't let us get too carried away. Okay? For every one of us that speaks out or encourages others who probably think like you to speak out, and also by us speaking out, we are also helping to give some people who are confused clarity. But do you know what you are doing? You are doing it for yourself, Neil. What I'm doing right now, I'm doing it for myself, Neil. I am doing it because you know what? If this works, if I manage to become influential enough that I could influence millions of people simply by just saying this, and everybody begin to say, that's true. Maiyegun, I've been thinking that thing too. Oh no, yeah. Wow, Maiyegun, honestly, you just spoke my mind. And you know, the more people we have like that, the more safer I will become in the world that these Olori Brukus are trying to force on me and my own descendants, my children and children. Because to some people, it be like say the whole world is becoming dumber and dumber and dumber. You won't blame the world. If you are from Nigeria and you are living in Nigeria, Baba, when they tell you, say, Ogunlaye ni o. It be like saying a war you can't fight, and they're like invisible war. So you get the Ogunlaye ni. And Baba, to so many of us who have somehow, who have seen that if nothing is done, Now that majority are more interested in what they are going to eat than how they are actually going to have a life. Mama General last, we're going to chop ourselves last. So what is now the usefulness of Maiyegun is fighting for people when the people you are fighting for bread? So don't fight for anybody until they kind of pick up the fight themselves. And picking up the fight from themselves by themselves for themselves start from here. And that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it means that if this work, a day or a time is coming that I do not have to spend hours trying to show to you what you are seeing every day. But somehow, you kind of still trying to believe that, well, we know all this problem, but there is nothing we can do about it, my brother. Our people are not ready to fight. Our people are not ready to stand up for their rights. Are you ready? How many of those rights have you stood up for? Or you are hiding behind, I support you, Jare Maiyegun. Don't support me. Stand for yourself and be counted. So don't ever think you can fight for anybody in that place. So, and I think anybody who think that it's actually deluded. A lot of people kind of have that hero personalities, the ones that if you really want, they say, oh, no, oh, let me do that for you. People who like to play heroes, hero personality. You come in and everybody's like, oh my God, please, I'm so happy to, that kind of, I say, you changed my life, kind of. There are people who actually like that too, but there are people that what you do changes their life too. So I'm not like saying it's, but there are actually people who enjoy that hero thing. All of you come to me. I know the way. I will lead you. And all of that kind of thing. It doesn't really work well or end well. But where you have people who are standing for themselves and standing for those who can stand up for themselves. And they have reasons why they are standing up. That is when people have purpose and say, I am fighting for my children. I am fighting for my children's future. I am fighting for healthcare. I am fighting for better education. I am fighting for better representation. I am fighting for good infrastructure. I am standing up for the woman rights, not human, women rights, women's rights. I'm standing up for animals' rights. I'm standing up for this. I'm standing up for that. Then you have purpose. You don't sit down there and expect somebody and say, hey, our people are not serious. Are you serious? Or you are not serious yet until some people serious. Instead of them to be on the street right now, instead of everybody to be on the street, they are there waiting for it. Why are you not on the street? Did you go on the street and somehow you don't see other people that will join you? So that's what I'm trying to say here is this, okay? I'm saying we can all stop expecting other people to do what we think should be done when we can actually be the example. And being an example doesn't mean you have to go outside there now. I say, see, Maiyegun, are they outside now? Nobody came out. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that the moment you have the purpose, if insecurity alone is why you just feel like, which can contribute this? There's no security. If that is the only thing that you are going to make us your purpose and say, this establishment must answer they must answer the questions or they must go. That's something, that's a purpose. You can stand up for that. Where you are standing for insecurity, another person is standing up for economy. Another one is standing up for unemployment. Others are there. And before you know it, you are going to have everybody who have why and reasons why they are there. Not waiting for, say, oh, we are here fighting for you now. No, you're not fighting for anybody. You're fighting for yourself. That is the purpose you have to have. But if you are still expecting that it has to be done by some other people, then you do not have any right to come around and say people are not serious. Remember that. But again, why I have to say all that is because you must know that you do not have that save me hero personality, and it doesn't really save anybody if you cannot even save yourself. So you see, now when you have a system that a law will say you have tribal war, you have ethnic this and all of that, all of those ones are not really as powerful, as strong as the class war. When you look at the basket of those that you can say, these are the career criminals from all over Nigeria, from all the tribes, from all the religions, you will see everybody from everywhere there. Even if they are like this, not many, you will see everybody, every tribe, every religion, every ethnic is represented in that class, the upper class. There is no middle class anymore. So what you have is a lower class and bottom barrel. The bottom barrels are those that are like crabs in a bucket. Have you ever seen the crabs in a bucket before? I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands of crabs in a big bucket. Filled up, right? And then you will see some crabs struggling and struggling. Why they are struggling to get out? Because you see at the bottom of that crab bucket, there are crabs there. So the crabs there, they are like the foundation for the crabs next to them and the one next to them, like a pipe up to the top. You see the ones at the top, not the one where they see the sky be that. They enjoy the free air. But you see at the bottom, it hurts at the bottom. But it is still a bucket of crabs. You will still see some crabs who have energy, okay, to move and try to come to the top. So when you pour food inside the bucket of crabs, when you pour food there, those at the top, now them go first eat the crumbs. While they are doing this like that, the ones that are falling, they will be falling to the next ladder, next ladder, next ladder. Now maybe now the shit go enter those ones within the bottom barrel. But they are crabs. It is dog eats dog world, okay? So this is the class that majority of Nigerians have been poured into, okay? You see those of you that are living the hard life that you call easy life, the life where you are a mini local government on your own. Proud Nigerians, you are the top crabs. You are feeding from the crumbs, but you are comfortable because you they get here they blow you. You feel complain about things being expensive, okay? But somehow, God they do them. Now you be the top crabs. The one next to you are the ones who are also praying that they will be like you someday. But even at that, and consider it like that, down, and the ones where they chop shit. Now them plenty parcel. Then you can also see some crabs that now jumped out of the bucket. Now those ones, they may find thieves, water. And guess what will happen? The water now carry them overseas. Awanyela Japaju. Majority of us where they are abroad today, that our stories are similar to the stories of those who are hustling in Nigeria today, who are trying everything to get there. A lot of you will flash back and look back and say, Maiyegun, I am one of the crabs that made it to the top. And in fact, jumped out of the entire bucket. So free. While I was doing kata, I found sea. And the sea took me overseas. I became maybe lobster. It became a bigger lobster that is now so cherished. Now they are not just like, you are not just at the bottom barrel eating shit from that crab bucket. Now you are, the analogy, right, is just so you know that the struggle of getting out of that bucket, the survivor Some people where they are trying to get to the top from that crab bucket with the weight of other crabs on them. While they are trying to get out, they go break one leg. Some go break two. Others go break the entire 4 legs, I mean 6 legs. They can no longer move anymore. These are those that Nigeria will happen to. All right? Maybe at infant age, at childhood, they've lost their parents. Now two hands, they don't cut off with that. How do you then push out of the crab, of millions of crab, the bucket to real along with 2 legs? It go come the struggle. Along the line, say, okay, let's get education. Maybe that won't give you any small strength. If they try and get education more, at the end of the day, let's say it can no longer afford education. Pants, no progress again. They don't break another leg. There are many crabs in Nigeria today, many Nigerians whose hands, legs have been broken. These are the people we call the on-boot slaves. Those are the ones that will ask you, why are you trying to fight government? You can never fight government. Nobody can fight government and win. As if to say, asking for your own fundamental human right is a fight. For them, it's a fight. Instead of you to just stay for a corner, when the people where they once their crumbs drop, I grab them. I get my handwork. Those are the ones I will tell you. I get my handwork. I don't wait for government to come and feed me. I am a carpenter. I'm a furnisher. I'm a this. I'm a that. Because normally they've taken away something that could have empowered them, education, for them to understand how economy affects even you. Where we say, nah, carpenter you be. The economy can crumble so much that your hammer, Baba, you go on sell them. But because they've removed the education and they don't cut the 2 hand, 2 leg as a crab, we no get hand, we no get leg, a crippled one with armor. Every problem go they look like saying a nail. Like, mama. You know, they will be like, why are you fighting government? All these things that you are doing, you can never fight government. Nobody can. How can you asking for your right a fight against government? The on-boot slaves. Some of them, they got the education. But you know, Okwensi, 1 leg, 1.5 hand, 1.5 leg. Here you get. The education they gave to them is just social conditioning. Those are the sophisticated morons. They can read and write, but sense they don't get. Because they have already been crippled and they are there inside that shit. They are wondering, what is wrong with all of you? All of you, the crab, where did the top? Why are you trying to fight government? Let me tell you, in the constitution section, the government can take your right, nothing you can do. I say, I need to read along. Yes, sir, did you say you go to school? Yes, I retire as a director in the Ministry of Information. Information. God damn it, man. These categories of people, they will give you, if you look at that bucket of crab, you will see the categories of Nigerians there. And then you will know where you belong. So don't fight for anybody. Do not ever think you have what it takes to come and save others. You can't save those who are not willing to be saved. Salvation is something that you must want. And even if you have to pay with your life, it has to come from within. It has to come from within. If you don't have it, you don't have it. If it didn't day, it didn't day. Here is what this man had to say again about this Okuma Wahala before we go to the next one.
It goes back to the same thing, which is that the military just want to run with its own story. The army, and nothing matters. It's what it says that must be followed. The OVA, the traditional ruler we're talking about, is not the traditional ruler of Okoma Kingdom. The Urhobo nation is organized along kingdoms. And altogether we have 24 kingdoms, of which the OVA we're talking about now, is just one king of the 24 kingdoms, which is Ewu Kingdom. And the Ewu Kingdom has a headquarters. The headquarters of Ewu Kingdom is Ewu Town. The Okoma we are talking is like a satellite settlement within Ewu Kingdom. And the distance between where the king is even resided and where the crime allegedly happened is a distance. In fact, it is a riverine community of Ewu Kingdom. Ewu Kingdom largely is an upland area, but with some riverine communities. And so Okwama is one of those riverine communities. The man you are linking with this crime now is a man that relocated from London to just take the throne, and he is far away physically from the scene of crime. That is just, his only connection is that he happens to be the traditional ruler of a kingdom of which Okwama is a community or a satellite village. Other than that, there is no other thing that connects him. But what we are saying is that there may just be an explanation. What matters is an investigation. Let this crime be investigated. If proper investigation is done, and then the king or whoever is found to be an ancestry before or after the fact of the crime, then so be it. But none of this has been done, and we keep on. In the first, does the army defense headquarters, is it part of their duty to make declaration of wanted persons? On what basis? That investigation has been done, then those people are found to be culpable in one way or the other. And if that declaration should be, how is it done usually? Is it not through the police or some other agencies that has a function to do that? But the military is all to itself, doing everything, and then we are just there as if we are not in a democratic setting. I want to ask, is a crime committed, that unfortunate taking down of 17 soldiers, including 4 officers, is that crime against the army or against the Nigerian state? Dr. Bati, you are there. You are a lawyer. Do we have a private crime? Every crime is against the Nigerian state. That is the position of criminal jurisprudence. But it's making it look like, oh, this crime is against the army. And the army now has assumed the position of a state, a sovereignty, and then maybe it has its own attorney general, and it wants to prosecute the crime on behalf of the Nigerian state or on behalf of itself as a state. It's not proper. And when we are running with this narrative, we don't know at what point it's going to backfire with a lot of backlashes. We should organize a society along the rules set down to govern a society. Not this haphazard approach that has been since the incident of the Okwama killings took place.
You know, sometimes when you talk, well, when I hear people talk, and they talk about what is expected to be done as, like, you know, sensible things that should be done in the face of the law, and what is being done, and they feel sad that why is that so hard for anybody to do? Sometimes I want to ask them that, wait, are you acting surprised that Nigeria is a lawless place in the first place, okay, where people study law, and I wonder which of the law they are studying and for what, okay? So somebody is now going to now act surprised that institutions in Nigeria are acting lawless. So when people talk that way and they act so sort of disappointed, to me, I am like, are you acting it, or are you serious? Like, are you disappointed? True. Like, you are disappointed, or no, you are just trying to act like you are disappointed because this is a real problem that everybody should kind of pay attention to. And you are like, eh? Because I don't understand. What do you expect from a lawless place? Nigeria is a lawless place. The law says your right doesn't exist. That's your constitution. Okay, now I'm going to actually post something now quickly. Okay, just because I mentioned this, right? 1999 Constitution.
Ten things you never knew about the 1999 Constitution. Did you know that the 1999 Constitution was promulgated by the Military Decree 24 of 1999? And to think of it, this 1999 Constitution was never subjected to a referendum.
Did you also know that this 1999 Constitution was written by a selected few that never got the consent of the indigenous nationalities or its representation?
Did you know that after writing the 1999 Constitution, it was hidden from the public until after the inauguration of President Obasanjo in 1999?
Funny enough, this 1999 Constitution was not printed by the government press or any known printers in 1999.
Did you know that the 1999 Constitution created a unitary government as against the projected federal government, and this forged an inefficient over-centralized government, as well as creating a centralized judiciary whom has never been autonomous?
In all this, did you know that this 1999 Constitution falsely and maliciously claims that the indigenous nationalities willingly handed over their lands and resources to the federal government?
And interestingly, did you know that the 1999 Constitution calls state governors chief security officers, but at the same time centralized all the security agencies and denies these state governors control over any of the security agencies?
And finally, do you know that the illegitimate 1999 Constitution in Section 6, subsection 6C, absolves the government from liabilities regarding rights of the citizens as provided in Chapter 2, making this right not justifiable?
This and many more are the reasons why corruption, unaccountability, incompetence, and insecurity are institutionalized in Nigeria.
I hope you get that. That is the cause and the architect of all of the illegality, the corruption that has become institutionalized in Nigeria. So I don't like people acting surprised. No wonder Kolu was like, you should all stop cursing Nigeria. If you don't like any leader, I said Nigeria is a beautiful country. Even though things are somehow, Shitty Man said Nigeria is the economy is taking a turn. I'm actually going to have you listen to somebody on the maker again tonight. All right? Well, listen to Kolu first, who gave reasons why you should stop cursing Nigeria. I promise you, those who have seen this video, right? I hope you would sort of watch it again. Okay? And if you have not seen this video at all, I promise you, please do not watch it like you are watching something that is serious, okay? I just want you to hear this, if you don't mind.
Nigeria. So, I'm with you. No matter what degree of lamentation is, my own is don't give up. As long as we don't, as long as we are determined to change our country, it is our own to change. Nobody, all these things, America, Britain, France, and others, they can't love us better than ourselves. And if we get there, some of you are going to, Holy Promulgation, Mecca, and you see the glittering of light and everything. Yes, we have it, we can do it. You go to Dubai, you see the glittering and all of that. Yes, we can do it. We can drive on good roads like they have on their infrastructure. We can have education that is first class. Nigerians are respected. We give you the assurance as a government that you will be our priority, but not because of you, just because of your children. Who do we hand over to? Share that love with us. Believe in the understanding of temporary challenges. Yes. Nigeria is strong, has a good reputation across the world. No military men respect us better than we respect ourselves. No terrorist can defeat our spirit. No matter how bad they target the soft targets. You know, going to the backyard of a school in Kuriga and evacuating some children and giving the wrong figures, it doesn't defeat us. It doesn't. We have together, bond together, and deal with them. Only yesterday, I was at the funeral service of the 17 heroes of Nigeria being buried. Well, some of their wives are pregnant and little kids in their lives. The love of the nation is in your hand. The prayer is in your mind. Pray for our country. Educate our children. All the members of our church and mosque, the sermon we give to them is important. We don't condemn your own nation. I'm a Yoruba man. And our father will say, no matter how slippery the bottom of your child, leave the bead there. Leave the bead there. This is your country. Don't condemn it in sermons. Don't abuse the nation. Leadership are meant for changes. Yes, this leader is bad, fine. Wait until it's time to renew his mandate and say no. But don't condemn your country. Don't curse Nigeria. It's a beautiful land, land of prosperity. I just have a full belly of rice, my man, everything. So before I overly digest it, I want to say thank you once again. And be able to say we'll soon get together again. It's a unique period Lenten season, and tomorrow is Good Friday, it's my birthday. I take it as Good Friday. Nobody can argue that one with me. I earn it. And to all of you, the cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Chai!
Don't curse Nigeria. Don't curse Nigeria. Wait for another election and change the leaders. Train our children, educate our children, and all of other nonsense you have to say there, okay? But I don't think what you have to say and what he said is as annoying and cringy as that of the Oni. I'm going to replay that too. All right? Before we then have to go to that of a shitty man. And then we'll go to Naimeka. Still on the economy. Everything is working fine now. The economy is coming back. Oh, Nippon up. I'll show you.
Now rulers of our dear country, we're here for iftar, but beyond the iftar, we can see, obviously, the bonding strength and diversity of our dear nation.
Sorry about that, guys, right? Just before you continue, if this is you seeing it for the first time or second time, I want you to pay attention to the disrespects in this video. Where Oni was talking and everybody continued to eat to the point that it became so obvious that everybody was like, oh my God. Oh,
rulers of our dear country, we're here for iftar, but beyond the iftar, we can see, obviously, the bonding strength and diversity of our dear nation. I want to also extend a very deep gratitude to the religious leaders that are here. All and sundry and all the stakeholders of our dear nation are here. We do not have any country. This is our nation. And we all must join hands to make it work. We're here, like I said earlier on, beyond the iftar, for a proper bonding, for us to know and have it at the back of our mind that we should continue to intercede and do all the great things that we can all do for our dear nation. You cannot do it alone, despite the fact that you are the father of the nation. We are all here to let you know that you have us. In our words, you have us. In our thoughts, you have us. In our deeds, you have us. And all in our action. You are not alone, and we can see and feel your effort. We see the things you're doing, and you have always been telling the nation that please exercise patience. things will be better. And it is very obvious things are coming down gradually. Everything that has been skyrocketing, which has caused a lot of fear, a lot of anguish in their country, over the last couple of days, gradually, things are getting better. In the area of security, we know that you are trying your best. Yes, we are not there, we know, but we cannot leave you to do it alone. It's a joint and collective effort. You are the president for even and over the citizens that are for you and the citizens that are against you. You are the leader. We should all join hands to support your vision. We should all join hands to support the cause of the betterment of our dear nation. On this note, on behalf of all the traditional rulers from all the 6 geopolitical zones of our dear country, we want to let you know that we are there for you and we will always be there. Anytime, any day you call on us, we will be there. To us, we are underutilized. We will continue to say it. We have so many roles we can play because we are the closest to our people. Call on us any day, anytime. Anything you want us to do for you in terms of how to reach out to the populace, we are doing our best, but events like this happens once in a while. But this one that has happened today, it's a good opportunity to let you know that we are not going to leave you. We will be there for you on behalf of the entire National Council of Traditional Rulers of this country. Myself and His Eminence Sultan of Sokoto, we are the co-chair. We will continue to work with you and make sure that our country becomes a better country. Our country of your dream, of our dream, of the next generation to come will be a better country. Challenges are there, yes, we all know, and it's very obvious, we can see now that you are not actually resting on your horse. We can see the policies and we are getting it right on a gradual basis. The fear has been allayed, we can see, and Mr. President, I will continue to tell you, please continue to find time to rest. We still need you, we need your brain, we need your capacity, because we believe in you and we know that you will take us there. On this note, on the final note, I want each and every one of us, because you have told the nation that tomorrow will be very silent. We know tomorrow is your birthday, and we are here today. Tomorrow, this gathering obviously will not come on behalf of the religious leaders and traditional rulers.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
It is called a dick riding. Okay? I mean, it's good at that. They've got compromise on it too. You understand? And I remember very well during the time of Bukwari, that was also the time he was pretty much like, always there, dick riding and get that, But I know that home training would not make a lot of you want to say what is on your mind. Here you get. So I'll leave it at that. The economy is coming back. Lenu Oni. Full name again. What is that his full name again? Oni. Oh man, I've forgotten his name, Sha. His title is Ojaja. And then Kiloruko, Kiloruko Alaye, Anyway, they say out of sight is out of mind. I shall know Ogun will see. It's called Ogun will see. He has a name. And he has another name. That one is his own name, Gogo. Eh? Anyway, they've got compromise on him. So some of you probably wondering, why would your revered supposed or of Ile-Ife is now a dick rider for criminal personalities, especially a failing and failed government. It's there. We are there for you. In the last few days, everything is coming down. Kadobi's artificial dollar, and then Naira, they say Naira is coming back now. So I did the program this afternoon, and that program was to give you the insight, a little bit of it, into what they call the bank recapitalization. I may not be going through all of that with you again, okay? But I've got somebody who seems to be a little bit more vast in this topic, and I want to share that with you. But before then, Ma just make you feel somehow again from that room. It was a shitty man. So shitty man also said the artificial, you know what people ask, okay? Like, Nigerian Naira has nothing to back it. And Nigerian Naira is existing on just speculations, or its real value is probably like going to be, it's the value of Nigerian Naira to $1. The real value could probably be about 4,000 Naira to $1. I know. Like the economic idiots that some of you are, the Abobakus. You think that's what I wished. It's not about what I wish. It's not about what anybody wish. It's what they are even telling you. Even Shitty Man said people are not happy now that the dollar is coming down. But you are hearing it, you are seeing it. It's not that Nigeria's production, export, or whatever has improved in the last. You will say, in the last 6 months, Nigeria's exports, Nigeria this and that, they have improved so much that is enough to now say Nigerian Naira is fighting back. You know, there's nothing like that. You know, this is practically a sort of doctoring the market, because it is now becoming more scarier for these roads. So what did they do? Let us start bringing out whatever dollars we can get now, so that we can create an impression that Nigerian Naira is fighting back. And this fighting back is about how much dollar we have. And we are going to get more. So all of you who are expecting the Nigerian Naira to get to 2,000 Naira to $1, we will shame you. We are going to get more dollars that we're going to pump out there. We're going to pump out there, and we're going to make sure that Nigerian Naira is now 1,000 Naira to $1. So that you can know that, yes, you are enemy of Nigeria that wants the Nigerian Naira to get to 2,000 Naira. Have you seen this madness going on yet? They would have a lot of money to spend, a lot of it. I won't make you hear that of the shitty man. He's the one that like to sound like, like somebody who just finished reading 48 Laws of Power. The shitty man here at that same gathering where Nippon Orb said everything is coming down. Your petrol is coming down. What is it coming down? What is coming down again? Your gari is coming down. The rice is coming down. Everything is coming down. Why are people not happy? Are they coming down? Or you are expecting them to come down soon? Honestly, I want them to come down too. But look at the criminals that met the Nigerian Naira to dollar at 145 Naira to $1. Central bank rate. 195, 98 Naira to $1. Black market rate. Pound sterling was 250 Naira, 245 Naira. Black market rate when these rogues came to power in Nigeria. Fast forward to 2024, nearly 9 years after, the Nigerian Naira is now, was 1,980 Naira to $1. under these Olori Brukus. Everything changed. Life changed for everybody, for the worse. Okay? Now, these criminals, these born criminals, they want you to celebrate that they have now brought the dollar down to 1,400 naira to $1. Why are you not happy? You are supposed to celebrate. That is how it works. Reverse psychology. You should be grateful. Come on. So you are happy that the Nigerian naira was 2,000 naira. Why are you not celebrating now that it is 1,400 naira? If they no be say they swear for you. If no be say want if you met $1 an economy at 145 naira. And it is now 1,400 naira. Or maybe 1,000 naira to $1. And the cost of living is, But whoever is saying this is a voodoo artificial calm down, when they exhaust all the dollars, we hope they would have enough that will last for 4 years. You haven't seen any really improved in production, not even your electricity. But for the shakeout shitty man, enemies are now crying.
Role to play. As custodians not only of our rich religious and cultural heritage, but also as guardians of our conscience and stewards of our collective destiny. Each one of us here can draw strength from what the president is wont to say, that we are members of the same family, living in the same house, but sleeping in different rooms. Your Royal Highnesses, our religious leaders, let us draw strength from our shared humanity and build bridges of brotherhood and sisterhood that transcends our ethnic and religious divides. What binds us surpasses whatever that divides us. Let the light of love smolder the darkness of division and hatred. The president is quite glad that the Ramadan season coincides with the land season. And here we are under the same roof. People of different backgrounds and faith that have come together as one family, as one nation, with a shared destiny. Your royal fathers, the president means well for the nation. He wants to redefine the meaning and concept of modern leadership. For so many decades, the fuel subsidy was an albatross round the neck of the Nigerian nation. But he took the painful bullet, the painful decision from day one to hit the ground running. Now the economy is turning the corner. Now the prophets of doom are going silent. They were anticipating the naira will go to 5,000 to the dollar. Now the dollar is crashing. And they are counting their losses. And they will continue to count their losses. And the economy, by the grace of God, is bouncing back and in full force. We need to rally around him. We need to align ourselves with him.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Shitty man. Shake out shitty man. You see the government, you see the criminals in your government. They are on social media. All right? Pepe demo, Ashiwaju Pepe demo. Pepe demo, Ashiwaju Pepe demo. Now the Pepe dem gang, your politicians be Pepe dem. See all our enemies. They are now silenced. They are now losing their money. And by the special grace of God, they will lose more money because the economy is fighting back. Come on, man. So your shaggy will still go. But for now, may the people we don't want if numbu, with people where they wish say the Nigerian naira will cross 2,000 to $1, let them cry now. So thank you so much, Cardoso. All those people, they are crying now because the money is losing value. But if you get your dollar, you better keep your dollar. If you get tempted, in fact, if you get the trashy paper called naira, before they steal the money from your bank, okay, go to when those to pump more and more money. According to them, they are saying there's nothing called a foreign direct investment now. But you see, the stocks they don't make $1.5 billion has entered Nigeria economy. This is not investment or anything, because Nigeria, under these rogues, in their scheme and all that, they have means of selling treasury bond and things to get people and bring their money. And as the money they enter, they disappear straight. Investors' money are the kind of money you can say, for example, now you can say, Maiyegun's media just about to set up $4 billion worth of media empire in Nigeria. So I am bringing in $4 billion. You will know where I'm bringing the money to. What is the total investment going to be when we are done? $4 billion. They'll say, Maiyegun sons. We are bringing in a tire plant or a tire manufacturing plant to Odogbolu. And you see that plant is expected to cover the area of maybe 4, 5, or 6 or 10 hectares of land. And when it is completed, it is going to employ about 2,000 people. And the whole investment is going to be $1.5 billion. That is what you call the foreign direct investment. The reason why they can't tell you any of this that can actually create jobs is because they are selling what you can call out money. Give us that money. In 2 years, we'll double the money for you. But take this document. It's a treasury bill. Hold it. So time, we'll give you more. Okay? That kind of promissory notes that they are getting from people, they are saying that is the money that is going to further strengthen naira. None of them is going into production. But if you do know those that are going into production, you can tell me. They currently mentioned $1.5 billion. I'll be glad if you can point to me where that $1.5 billion investment came from and where they are currently in Nigeria right now. Where exactly is that $1.5 billion? Because there's no $1.5 billion investment anywhere. But they can keep covering it. But Mamika, sir, pause. Let's see if myself could learn something here. Sit back, let's watch this.
Miss Nemeka Onyeka Obiariri. I actually laugh at the ignorance of certain men and certain Nigerians who are jumping up and down and mocking sound and well-informed economists who actually are of the opinion that unless the fundamentals, the core fundamental problems with Nigerian economy is fixed, that we will never have price stability and forex stability in a sustainable manner. Over the last 2 weeks, just like some of us predicted, the naira has actually gained over the dollar. As at the close of markets today, which is March 27, 2024, the naira crashed. The naira gained to the dollar at the rate of 1.375 to $1. I have heard and read certain submissions by certain ignorant fellas who assumed that some of the informed economists that predicted that we must have to fix the fundamentals, fix the problems before we can talk about price and FX stability. They refer to them as prophets of doom and all the rest of it. Now, let me explain to you what is happening here. There is nothing that is happening here that is magical. There is nothing special about what the CBN has done or what we are experiencing now. As of today, the Central Bank of Nigeria has moved the MPR based on the outcome of the last MPC to about 24.75%. Liquidity ratio remains 30%. 45% cash reserve requirement for the banks. You know, and what was the essence of this? If you ask the governor of the CBN or any other person, they will tell you they are mopping up liquidity. The neoclassical economic theory, whether you're talking about the Keynesian theory or whatever, basically, Nigerian economic assumptions, Nigerian economic practices defy some of the logics, some of the assumptions that belies the neoclassical economic theories and some of the things we are pushing. Why? How did we even create the liquidity? Over the last 8-9 years, Buhari and Emefiele printed 23 trillion naira plus accrued 7 trillion naira interest, 30 trillion naira. Buhari and Emefiele injected over 10 trillion naira into the economy by way of all manner of shady interventions in the sector, including the Hush Mama school feeding program and the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry program. So we had borrowings of almost about 18 trillion naira outside this 40 trillion through the DMO. So we had excess of about 40 trillion naira, not tied to productivity, not tied to any tangible thing. Most of these monies were looted by the operatives of the state. And of course, there is no gainsaying it. When you have so much money in the hand of few privileged people, they will use those monies to pursue the scarce goods and commodity and service in the system. And prices will shoot up. The inflation rate in Nigeria, the instability we have in Nigeria, are driven by 3 critical factors. The devaluation of the naira that happened because there was no liquidity to back up the naira, the demand for the dollar, the corruption demand for the dollar, and the insecurity across Nigeria that have chased away farmers from the farm, which contributed to so much food inflation. Food inflation driven by absence of farmers from the farm, driven away by bandits, and again, the imported Forex volatility that have affected cost of energy, which is a very critical input, both for production of agricultural products at the farm upstream and distribution and all those stuff. So basically, we are grappling with fundamental issues. Basically, what the CBN has done, for those who do not understand, you know, those of you are clapping and jumping, let me tell you, there's an Igbo adage that says, no matter how long and how far the flow of the urine goes away from a man who is peeing, the last drop of the urine at the end of the day must fall back and touch his laps. Now, let me tell you what is happening here. There is no big deal about what the CBN had done. At 24.5% MPR rate, at what liquidity are they even mopping? The liquidity that they created, they printed and distributed 30 trillion and shared 30 trillion naira. They brought in additional 10 trillion naira by way of intervention. Mostly money is looted by less than 0.5% of Nigerians. In order to
simply put, you have money that is not attached to any production. Okay? You print money, not because you actually make the money from a certain production that you sold out, valued out, and then you were paid back for that service. No, you just printed money attached to nothing, and what? You shared it. And as you shared it, some used the money to buy dollars, which they had to take and steal away, okay? Some used the money, all right, to probably build houses or even share the money to their own close spouse as their own share. So at the end of the day, you have a 30 trillion naira that is not attached to any single production, not even the production of a toothpick. So what that simply means then is that that money is out there. Okay? So, and you somehow initially said you are mopping them so as to first reduce inflation by hyperinflation, okay, by reducing the money in circulation. But you printed more on one hand. And here is another part of this whole story. You are now the same currency, your naira, that you devalued, all right? Now you are now using the scarce dollars, the Forex, okay, to now do just exactly what Emefiele did. Print some money, use them as well, right? To sort of shore up your naira that you are floating and possibly mop up some dollars that never worked. So all of this never worked in a nutshell, right? So you are trying that, but this time you are using that same scarce dollars and you are selling it at under the value of its value because you are the central bank. You can write off all your losses. The value of the naira as at today is put at over 2,000 naira to $1. But with Cardi B's abracadabra that you think is doing a magic, no, it's not doing any magic. What they are doing now is, like I have told you and I'll keep telling you again and again, until the whole scheme is going to collapse. Because it will. I just don't know what that will be like in the long run. Okay? So I want you to listen to Nnameka again. There's another part there. For you to understand that money.
Into the economy. Foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, foreign diaspora remittances, and export of oil and non-oil goods, services, and commodities. Our major forex earner in Nigeria is the crude oil. Between 2011 and 2010, Nigeria was producing 2.6 million barrels of crude and condensate every day. We were generating average of $87 billion annually. Even when you manage the float and even when you defend the naira, there must be liquidity to defend the naira, and such liquidity must be sustainable liquidity. And that was why under Obasanjo, the naira lost only 38 naira in a period of 8 years, because most of the crude oil revenues were coming into the federation accounts. There was nothing like the madness that was experienced under Buhari when we had output even below 1 million barrels. Mele Kyari, the NNPC GMD, told us gleefully that on a monthly basis, Nigeria lose about $1.9 billion worth of crude oil to thieves and inefficiencies. That is $22 billion lost every year. Until today, those inefficiencies, those leakages that contributes almost about $80 to $97 billion had not been fixed. As at 2000 to 2007, and even up to 2011, we didn't have the kind of banditry and insurgency that we had in Nigeria, ranging from Boko Haram to the bandits, to the Fulani militia, to the herdsmen terrorists, to the unknown gunmen, and to all manner of miscreants and criminals terrorizing Nigeria. We had farmers going to the farm. Under Akiwumi Adesina, we have very proactive agro development schemes. Today, we practically import everything we consume. We import on an annual basis over $11 billion worth of food commodities. We import palm oil. We even imported fish worth about $800 million. We are not addressing the fundamental issues that created the problem that we are in now. And we are busy rejoicing. We are busy screaming. We are busy making a mockery of people who are sound and fundamentally right. Now, let me tell you what's happening here. By simply increasing the NPR to 24.5%, What Cardoso simply did was to create an instrument that will create opportunity for foreign portfolio investors to move in their dollars. They are hot money. They will buy the treasury bills of the federal government. They will buy the debt instrument of the federal government. Let me tell you, they will simply end up crowding out the private sector from the credit market. Today, if you're going to borrow money from the banks to do any transaction in Nigeria as an honest entrepreneur, you will not get any interest rate that is less than 36%. Go to any bank today and look for it. And by the time you factor in the inflation rate of 29%, 0.9%, by the time you factor in the other cost of production, you will discover that your cost of production will always be over 100%. So what margin will you put that will make you competitive compared to other goods and services produced in other economies? And we are not looking at this. We are busy singing kumbaya over nothing. Let me tell you what's happening here. The whole global world is laughing at us. Global investors are laughing at us. They are making a mockery of us. It's like a boy who goes to the village to sell his father's prime property to honest and to smart investors at a discounted price. He takes the money to go and smoke Igbo and drink Kongogoro, while the person who bought the property at a greatly undervalued rate will now make money at a later date. Let me tell you what's happening. Foreign portfolio investors are not foolish. They are like sharks. They move where there is so much smell of blood. And we have given them that smell of blood. Some of you are not aware that the NPL rate in some countries like Japan is almost negative. Let me tell you, some of these portfolio investors will flood into our market with dollar. They will come with dollar. They will borrow money from their own banks at 1%. They will bring the money and hand it over to CBN and do a swap. And let me tell you, for those of you who are ignorant, swap simply means they will tell CBN, I am bringing $2 billion into your economy to buy so instruments. In the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, I am taking those monies back. I am going to set down my portfolio and I'll take the money back. You're going to give me dollar at so rate and I'm going to pay a premium. CBN, of course, they are desperate and they will agree. Or they can provide another hedge mechanism and they will inflow this money. Foreign portfolio investors are not foreign direct investors. They are not foreign direct remittances. They are hot money. They will go as quickly as they come. And of course, as the CBN is tightening the news, creating a retail window, which is very, very good, these monies will flow in. And as these monies are flowing in, these guys will, of course, buy the bill into the economy.
It's all right, Mr. Nnameka. Some of my people, they will believe that he's talking too much. But I like it. I like that talk too much in this sense. So that when in another few months, a lot of you wouldn't listen. But you just remember that Maiyegun said this whole thing is like a Ponzi scheme. It's going to all fall back in a way that it is not sustainable. That's the only thing you will remember. And in a few months' time, when the whole house of cards comes crashing, Maiyegun, you are a prophet. I am not a prophet. You see, the evidence of what they are doing, their crime and criminalities are not that. They are always in the open. But you know where the problem is? A lot of you actually wanted even their scam to become real. And, you know, let's give them chance. You know, you give them time and let us see how that one will go. Like gamble. Because you really wanted what they are saying to you, which is mostly different from what they are doing. You really want that to come to be true, to be true, or to happen. Well, you see what that Nnameka was saying is that there are so many factors why Nigerian naira is weak, and it will remain weak no matter how much of this artificial pushing or promises that they are making to foreign direct portfolios. I mean, I actually wanted you to hear the part foreign direct portfolios and foreign direct investment. Me and you, when they send money to Nigeria, we have greater value, added value to what Nigeria is getting from us. Because all the money we are sending to Nigeria, they are interest-free. Foreign direct investors, these are people that will bring their legitimate money. They will bring them to Nigeria to come and invest. You can see the physical investors. You will see the physical investments. Foreign direct portfolio, they are like lenders. You have to tell them that there are things that you could give to them and turn to cash. But if they can provide you cash now, you will take it. So what they will do is that these guys will now, like in the UK, there are some businesses they call the hedge fund. This hedge fund, they are people who manage other people's money. The money is there. I could be a hedge fund manager, and my entire fund could be up to, let's say, $10 billion. It's not my money. It's people's money. Okay? But I am to find investment for them. Any country, anywhere, anything that can turn to money, I have to look for that. And it has to be like in a short-term basis, like 3 months, 6 months, kind of. So when countries write out treasury bills, okay, and say, oh, this treasury bill or this so-and-so is $100,000 or $1 million, but it is attached to so amount of crude oil. We'll give you so amount of crude oil that will turn to cash for you if you can give us $1 billion, or if you can give us 500 million. Look for the buyer, look for this, and we'll sign all the papers. So now I can take out this money, even if I have to kind of borrow money for that investment. I can go and borrow money at interest rate of 1.5%, 2% interest rates in the UK. Once the bank gives me the money, I will just call the Central Bank of Nigeria and take a look at all of the bloody tasty offers they have, all of the resources of Nigeria that can be traded off, and which of them I think is more lucrative. I will tell them, we will put $100 million into that, or we'll put $10 million into that. And in 6 months' time, we are going to get 800 million worth of a return. That's going to be like about 700 million profits. That kind of a thing is what Kadibi is announcing to people, that they have gotten 1.5 billion in the last 1 month, he said. So that 1.5 billion is not foreign direct investment. That 1.5 billion is not remittances. They also got 1.8 billion from the diaspora remittances. These are money that are in the country. For those of you who are carrying out different projects in Nigeria, or even family projects, right? Which never ends. All this money, Kadobi said they got in January and February, they got 1.8 billion from us. So there are other money. So it's pretty much about money coming in. But there are other factors that make Nigeria naira weak. They are not doing anything about that, or they have no idea of what to do. Nigeria's crude oil has been stolen. The money from it, nobody can account for it. Nigeria crude oil. Nigeria's manufacturing sector, dead. Nigeria exports, dead. Because Nigeria still have anti-export laws, kind of, right? So all of these are supposed factors that could help Nigeria end Forex, even not just from oil. Then locally as well, the insecurity, which has also further destroyed the agricultural sector in Nigeria. And it remains so, except for the mouth and the mouth they are making, okay? The insecurity, the terrorism continue to gain ground, just as it is an industry. All of these are factors that, even if they tell you, by the grace of God, Baba, people pointing this out to let you know that it is not the grace of God that will fix your economy. When the rogues are doing everything to continue to destroy that economy because it benefits them, you don't join them and begin to shout by the grace of God it will work. Finish your statement, Sam Nameka, because I actually want to have it all on record.
Indirect remittances, they are hot money. They will go as quickly as they come. And of course, as the CBN is tightening the news, creating a retail window, which is very, very good, these monies will flow in. And as these monies are flowing in, these guys will, of course, buy the bills and wait. After 180 days, after 270 days, they will call back their money. Let me tell you, in the balance sheet, in any accounting entry, there's always a credit and debit entry. When they give this, they are lending money to the federal government of Nigeria, if you don't know. When they buy your treasury bills, they are lending money to the central bank. When they buy your bonds, they are lending money to the federal government of Nigeria, to the DMO. So when you receive that dollar comes into our position as part of our reserve. But it's an incumbent reserve because there is a negative leg to it. We borrowed money from them. We don't seem to understand this. People are laughing. People that met naira at 199 took it to 1,900, and today they are doing Omar or yo games. There is nothing fun. They are not addressing the fundamentals. They are not addressing quickly how we can ramp up the crude oil output to at least 2.5 million barrels a day. They are not addressing the fundamentals, how we can quickly address the issues of insecurity in Nigeria through very sustained measures. We've given them proposals. The president of Nigeria even mentioned about recruiting 50 million youths. Mr. President, you don't need to recruit 50 million youths. Address insecurity to be able to ensure full security and full sufficiency for Nigerians. Nigeria has 8,809 electoral wards. Recruit 900 youths from every electoral ward. Let these 100 youths be selected by their fathers and their mothers, not by politicians. Every community knows the good, the bad, and ugly. They will pick 100 of their honest youths. Let them be part of the military high command. You can call them the military rangers. Train them in the military, military schools. Post them back to their community. Give them AK-47, AK-49. Provide each of these 100 full soldiers in every electoral ward, in every local government. Give them 4 armored personnel carriers and armored mounted trucks with machine gun. Provide drones. Pay them good monies, 150k each of them. Provide them with life insurance cover of 20 million naira. Give them health insurance cover. Post them back to their communities. And in 6 months, they will go into the bushes and clear all the bandits, all the criminals that have been terrorizing Nigeria. If we have 800,000 new military men, specially trained under this creative arrangement, and post them back to their communities, where they will be trusted by their own people to provide intelligence to them, I tell you, in 6 months, most of these bandits who can walk into communities and kidnap 280 children will be cleaned out of the system. And farmers will go back to work and farm and produce goods. Entrepreneurs will go to work and make money and create services. The roads will be so free. People can move from Urumokuru to Pambegwa through the night because there is 24/7 security. These are the fundamental issues we should be addressing. That the CBN moved the MPR rate to 24.75%, and the foreign portfolio investors are inflowing dollar, and then we are having excess supply of the dollar based on this hot money, which will soon go back. It's not the issue. What we are practically doing.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. I mean, that's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them by illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
70 years old man. You. Jesus is Lord.
So the Nigerian government under Tifnumbu that gave you 5 billion naira for student loan has now decided to subsidize those who are going to hajj with 90 billion naira. The Kano state government will support them with 2 billion. And Bauchi government will support them with 2.1 billion. Zapara is promising at least 1.2 billion. Remember that they said Nigeria will be spending about 785 billion naira going to hajj this year. And a lot of people can't really afford it. I'm talking about people who paid 5 million naira. Now they have been told they will need to actually pay more. I think they were even asking them to pay another 3 million or 3.5 million if they still want to go to Mecca. And some actually screamed out that the government should support them. The government should come and help them. Now, Nigeria will be handing, nearly, put it this way, nearly $1 billion. I don't know how much of it is going to the Saudis' purse, but that's how much people pay for religion from the poorest countries, supposedly, where the poorest people on earth lives. And I have told you this before, that people want to go and serve their God, or how you serve your God is totally yours. And it should be respected as long as the public money will never be used to help you serve your God. It is not the first time, so don't make it look like we are angry. I'm not angry, Emike. Look on me. I am not angry. I am just pointing this out to you, that if you do not have money to go and worship Allah in Mecca, then maybe you shouldn't be going. But politicians in Nigeria have institutionalized that, and they institutionalized it simply because religion is one of the controlling tools they use in Nigeria. I mean, they will kill people because of Allah in Nigeria. They have killed people because of Muhammad in Nigeria. So it's a place that it is so strange and ridiculous too. You want to go and serve Allah, save your money and go. Why do you have to use the public fund for that? Why? Because it is also an avenue for them to steal money in the name of Allah. Stealing public fund is not haram. All right? And if you want to loot money in the name of Allah, even those gullible idiots that are parading themselves as Muslim. I'm a Muslim, you don't insult Muslim. It is not haram to loot public fund in the name of those of you who want to go and serve Allah, or those of you who want to go and serve Jesus in Jerusalem. Why use public fund? I could get mad with that, and I will be right. So the contraption called Nigeria, that would spend 5 billion for student scholarship or student loan for 200 million people would then spend over 400 billion naira. Because what they are saying now is that government should subsidize the hajj for this year by 50%. Bauchi will spend 2.1 billion for people to go and pick up stone and stone devil in Mecca. And then they will go back to Nigeria and say, Allah have answered their prayer and the rest of all that thing they say to themselves when they return back to the shithole. That's why you will return back to the shithole. If you don't have money to go to Mecca, maybe you should not go to Mecca. All right? Don't go to Mecca if you don't have the money. But not in Nigeria. But in that same Mecca, in case if you don't know, all of now where they arrest people because they are eating, because you are fasting. They offended you. It's against our belief. Don't eat when we are fasting. One Nigeria, one from Nigeria. They will tell us, if you are going to northern Nigeria, you need to be very careful. You know that they are Islamic there. You need to cover your body. You need to shake in the corn. You cannot sell alcohol. You cannot buy alcohol. You cannot blah, 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 blah. I want we a drug addict. Region of a drug addict, where including housewives, you go see housewife who is a drug addict. But there are those who shout haram, haram, haram here. Anyway, Saudi Arabia that you are going. If I go to Saudi Arabia now, I will go to the bar and drink. You know that, Sha? I can club in Saudi Arabia now. Yeah, I can go to club and talk to girls. Yeah, we can do all that shit, man. Yeah, in Saudi Arabia now. Even Miss Saudi Arabia is running in the next Miss Universe competition. And you lori burukuta empire on Nigeria because of Allah. This is Miss Universe of Saudi Arabia. I remember in 2000 and when was that year again that they started killing? They killed over 200 people in Kaduna because of Miss World. That they wanted to bring Miss World pageantry to Nigeria. And they started killing people in Kaduna. Now, the place where they go to, the foundation of Islam, the place that you think you are more Islamic than them, they are Arabs, they are Muslims, Abi. Their women are now driving, their women are now doing everything that they told you in your Quran and all of that, that is why you are archaic today and you will kill somebody because of, your religion. So a lot of people are now asking, what kind of religion, what kind of Islam are they practicing in northern Nigeria? We hope you are evolving too, as the rest of the world is evolving, okay? I am thinking that we should take calls tonight, but I'm also pretty much like, I don't know if I have already overshot my time, but yeah, let's take calls, okay? The line is there open. The number is on your screen, but most importantly, at least like the broadcast before you leave. Okay, if you have to, I will be back in a minute. you. I do have a caller on the line who will be my first caller tonight. So we can do it sharp as well to have enough people. Okay. Hello there.
Good evening. Hello. Good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Maji. And thank God. I'm calling before. I call. Hello.
I did with you, Baba.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call you about 2000 last year.
Yeah.
My name in this temple of truth.
That's
right. Idajo 247.
Idajo Judgment 247. Okay, Baba.
247.
That is your name in the temple.
New name in this year. No. Last year, Abido, Ido, come Ido, ID. You remember?
Okay.
From Italy.
I think I remember ID now.
For Italy. No. Now, Idajo 247.
Is what we use. Okay. No wahala.
Now, the Temple of Truth. First of all, brother, God bless you. God really bless you for the work you do for the entire Nigeria. God continue to bless you. God continue to bless you. What I want to talk say, Nigeria. We all know the problem of Nigeria. Everybody know it. Yesterday, one person called say the way you see the Nigeria now, the people in Nigeria now, when they in Nigeria now, the most intelligent people, they don't live that Nigeria. And the man speak my mind. And really, if you remember, year back, you know, say when that time, especially 1999, June 12, 1993, you remember that that time where the time of the military,
yes,
anything like this, people will come out to protest. This time around, nobody can protest again. If you protest, they're ready to kill you. So, in Nigeria now,
protest that time. Some of them they have left Nigeria. Some
they
of them
don't come out. Nobody, they don't come out. Most of them now, then they go in the government. So Nigeria, for me, well, I'm already tired for that country. I'm tired. I lose hope because Nigeria has happened to me in many areas, you know. So, my brother, I don't have much to say. I just want to say, thank you. God bless you, brother.
I will remember
God bless you.
ID,
the
judgment 247.
247. Idajo 247. I beg tí bá ti announce ti Glasgow fún Yorùbá assembly tá fẹ́ ṣe union I beg mo wà very interested.
We are meeting in 2 days. So
lágbára Ọlọ́run àjọ pàdé.
I'm going to mass of everybody.
Okay, Maiyegun, God bless you, brother.
Yeah, we'll do something.
God bless you. Ẹ bá mi kí àgbègẹ o, ẹ bá mi kí àgbègẹ àti àwọn family. Okay, right.
Nice one. So that is the ID. Or for those of you who are right here on the YouTube, the temple, the YouTube branch, you know, Idajo 247. And that's our first caller there. Here is our second caller tonight. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General.
How are you?
You are blessed.
Amen. And you too.
Yeah, I will start by this. If you are a son, hello, are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go on, Baba.
Oh, that's great. Like I said, if you are my son, you are a worthy son.
Thank you.
Secondly, if you are my friend, you are a friend to be trusted.
Thank you again.
And if you are a colleague, you must be a good colleague.
I will always be. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm wishing you a happy Easter.
Sir.
Your program has been my breakfast every morning. I don't follow live because after the hustling, after the cold, and after every other thing, if I come back, I'll just slip into the duvet. And off I went. But in the morning, that will be my breakfast. And in the afternoon, that will be my lunch. In the evening again, if I did not finish whatever preaching you did the previous day, it will be my dinner. So having said that, I would like your protection this night for me to say whatever I want to say.
You do have the free will, sir. You know you
All
always
right.
do, by the way. So yeah.
I've been contributing to this program right from the time you started from the kitchen. Yeah, and I'm one of those who has given up on Nigeria because I am a Biafran. Like I said, I asked for your protection before I will say whatever I want to say this night.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I will start by asking you a question. And the question is, do you think that Nigeria is salvageable? Is Nigeria salvageable?
No.
Thank you very much. Why I'm saying this is that history has repeated itself in Nigeria times without number. And most of us don't want to learn from it, knowing fully that it has repeated itself almost every day. So why I asked whether Nigeria is salvageable is because the program you did either 2, 3, 4 days ago, you frightened me because you were not happy when you brought the issue of Obi breaking fast in Kano. And you were saying that people might not like what he's doing, and that anybody that he will say anything that you don't like tonight or that day, that you will not be happy with that person, and you might block that person from participating in your program. When you were saying that, I said that I've never seen you in that mood. And I was thinking that anytime I have an opportunity to talk to you, I'll find out from you whether Nigeria is salvageable. And if you say no, then what is Obi doing? What is Obi doing? I am saying this because of my feeling about Obi. Obi is an honest man, to be honest with you. But where I don't understand him is a situation where he is trying to mortgage the interest of the Biafrans, because I am a Biafran, where he is trying to mortgage the interest of Biafrans for Nigeria. Because from all indication, the Biafrans have been used as a sacrificial lamb, even when we have committed no crime at all. When you see how the Biafrans are being slaughtered, they are being slaughtered for crimes they have not committed. But at the same time, Obi seems not to understand that. I am not a prophet, I am not a pastor, but my instinct is telling me that whatever happened during the presidential election, God's hand is in it. Because assuming that Obi won that election, Nigeria would have been in crisis now, or the Igbos would have been started being killed again, as it happened in 1964, 65, and 66. Because the crisis of 1964, 65, 66 were not started by the Igbos or the Biafrans. It was the issue that started from the West, when the West wanted to assert their authority, that they cannot impose a government on them. That was where this crisis started. And there were a lot of Fulanis killing in the Middle Belt as at that particular time. Then the Igbos thinking, or the Biafrans thinking that Nigeria belongs to everybody and everybody must be free in Nigeria. They came in. And when they came in, they become the scapegoat of the whole issue.
Other people started. See, Mazi, I wanted you to really never be interrupted. I'm sorry that I have to now because of our time, okay?
All right.
You have raised something very crucial, and I would love to make myself a little bit kind of clearer, all right? I do not believe in Peter Obi, just in case if you are, for any reason, needed to be cleared on that, okay? And for time immemorial, I have said that on this platform many times, all right? That I do not believe in what they say and those and all of that, okay? But there's something. And that something is that if what the obedience have done to so many people, it is a total distraction. That energy could have been used for something else that could have been meaningful and the rest of that. But in the absence of we, you and I, not being in control of that massive movement that is so obvious, the obedient. So what do I see in there? I personally know that the entire system and the corrupt system in Nigeria, who have been like regularly, right? When we sat here the other day and I kept saying, they will rig them out, they will rig them out. It is not because I have an idea of how they will rig them or this or that, but I knew they would. So what did I do? I spent my time trying to make them understand that no matter how confident they are about the system, right, they will not only be disappointed, they will be vilified for even attempting to challenge the system. Now, their reaction is what really was going to be important. So if Peter Obi is the beneficiary of the multitude of young and old people who have publicly, repeatedly rejected the current abnormal system in Nigeria, and they believe they could use election. You and I believe that election won't change it. Now, if the system that is so confident that they will do it and nothing will happen, maybe if they try it with these people, something should happen or something would happen. And if something should happen, it could just be like, say, me and you, who have been staying at Louvre, not being part of it, but we were all waiting for a moment when we will likely have something in common and go after common enemy. The ones that won't want you and I to even talk about referendum and all that. So it is a long game that some people need to see beyond Obi. If people are going to be angry and take on the establishment, they need a reason. All right? So if their system says it is democracy and we are all part of democracy, we are doing democracy, and they now realize that there's nothing like democracy, they will be cheated. One of these days, there could be those that will bring down this entire house. And to the rest of us, it will be like person where you weren't born before. Okay? We can rob him whole body with entire gasoline.
I know.
Do you get that now? So that's why I was telling every one of us that, listen, we may not agree with them.
Okay.
In fact, we may really be so upset with this, how they even go about it.
Okay.
But one thing there that we kind of really reap from later is that we know they will be cheated. We know they will be disappointed. We want to see them get mad. And with their number, their anger, their rage, that energy, if it is well channeled, can actually bring to the end this entire contraption. That is why I am saying to others that, listen, even if you don't like them, can we at least, out of the fact that they are here, okay, and they are not just 4 people tweeting in a room, we can see that now.
Yeah.
How about we don't actually do what we further break them? Because if they are broken, if they scatter, we have just done the job of Tifnubu for them. We've done the job of the establishment. The same way they wanted UB to scatter.
I know.
And it's not scattering. The way they wanted the Yoruba agitators to completely shatter. And it's not doing so yet. They want disobedience scattered. So that divided we are is their own strength. I'm not.
I know, giving them advantage.
So I hope you understand that. So it's not because I believe in what they are doing. No.
Okay.
I know they do. We all know what the end will be. But what if somehow they now kind of understand that they accept these criminals are chased away. Nothing will happen. So what if we kind of guide them until the day they will realize what you and I have realized? And they now say, you know what? I think we have to take this whole thing down. Say, yes, we told you. Oh, yeah, let's do it. But if we have already divided ourselves, attacking ourselves, we will still remain there divided, and our already weak criminal enterprise in Nigeria, they are already weak. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I quite agree.
Right now is our division.
I know. Yeah, I quite agree with you because what you are trying to do is maybe trying to tell those who are against the obedient is they are not stupid.
Yeah.
What they are trying is to let the government, those who feel that they are untouchable, that with their number, that they can bring down whatever they think that they are.
Now, one day, you they read them now, you they say nothing will happen. One day, something will happen, because they do have that number.
That is true.
And if anything should go down, Benz, a lot of us will join them.
Yeah.
So around that time, we know say we have common enemy. This establishment must go down. It has to go down. And this fight, this time around, a fight to finish. Now, the journey to be able to have that kind of agreement. Maybe say when they now decided to say, oh, they have cheated us, we will not go agree. We are shutting down this country. You and I will not be there and be calling the military to kill them because we know that they will be cheated. We want them. So I don't want a situation whereby one day we will watch them, because it's going to get to that. We'll watch them being almost brutalized. And some of us will say, they deserve it.
Yeah.
We want them. Say we don't want them. We want you. Maybe I kill you. I do not want that to be our lot again. That's why I'm saying that if you see Obi on the screen,
I understand what you are saying now.
That's why I was trying to let everybody know that if you see Obi on the screen, even if you don't like him, just remember that there are some people here with us who agree that this country is not working. Maybe their method is different from our own. For their own sake, can we at least just show some respect? I'm not asking anybody to support them. In fact, I'm not in any way supporting anybody here. Baba.
All right. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Like I said, since they kidnapped our leader, Maiyegun Nnamdi Kano, you have been a beacon. You have been someone who has been encouraging us.
Because one day it will be me. You know, I could be the one now that all of you will be writing free Maiyegun too.
I know that very well.
Another person can happen to me.
I know that one very well.
So if I can use my own freedom to shout now, maybe I will have people to shout for me too, because
I know
this can happen to anybody. Nobody is immune from it. That's why I'm telling others that we are not supposed to fight ourselves, because if we fight ourselves when we need ourselves more, oh no, that I don't want to experience that.
I understand that what you are saying is that what the enemies, who happens to be the government, are doing is to put division among us so that we will continue to fight ourselves while they will be sharing our common wealth. Commonwealth. So it's all right. I appreciate what you're doing, and
all I'm asking for is just a little understandings for ourselves. Obedience can be irritated. They can be irritating sometimes, Abi. There are some of them that are kind of like overboard, but there are intelligent ones who are actually like really, really, and I admire them. Even though I wish the whole energy is used for something different from this, I really wish. But I don't have that control. Therefore, I am like, you know what? Everybody, they go push everybody to the wall. Waiting me and you know why we will never join their election. They will soon know. Sure, you get? And when they know, they will now come back and say, okay, yeah, it's true. Sure, you get? But we'll get there, Baba. Thank you so much, okay, for raising that as well. All right? You gave me a chance to re-explain myself. Thank you.
Okay. All right. God bless you.
And you too, sir. You have a good one.
All right. Okay? Good night. All right. Okay. Bye.
You too. Yeah, nice one. So the effort there is, I have said this, I said, I am not 100% sure that what I have, my idea of how people can socially come together, even if you don't agree on many fronts, okay? But somehow, if you have this revolutionary mind, and if you are genuine, you must always have what we call the common ground, you know, a ground where all of us can be like, okay, yeah, because of that anyway, but yeah, sure, you know, a common ground where everybody can meet up and sort of, you know, agree on something of a common interest. And the moment you do that, that doesn't mean that you can't get what you want for yourself. You can get anything and everything. You get what I mean now? So, but we kind of going after ourselves in a way that we are right, they are wrong. You are wrong, we are right, or we are wrong, you are right, we are wrong, and kind of we are doing the job of the criminals that call us noisemakers. Imagine people will be say, if all of us actually agree in a way, in a camaraderie, camaraderie way is kind of right. These guys will run out of town. You can see the fear in them. And most of the time, their reactions out of fear. Because sometimes when you see the way they react, I'm talking about the criminals in government, the way they react to some certain things, you'll be like, Papa, little you now. John, why are you so tensed and all that? It's not that tough. It's because they are scared people. And they always want to appear powerful, strong. Or it's because we are divided. That's why they call us noisemakers. I want to see us united. Even if we don't really agree on so many things and we have different agendas, we can all unite and deal with those who want to keep us completely enslaved. My caller, I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's okay.
Good
So,
evening.
yeah,
Good
again.
afternoon to you.
Yeah. Yeah, fine. It took me a while before I knew that you are online this afternoon. I could have called. Yeah,
You didn't
but
get a notification or something?
Well, I did, but I was doing something else. Yeah, so before I could go, time have already gone.
You still managed
to
make it, so go for it.
Oh, yes. Look, I don't. What people doesn't understand, they still don't understand in Nigeria is that this, the way Mr. Tinubu got into power, he himself and his cohort knows that it's not the right way, right? So the foundation is not good from the start. So that's the reason why he spent money on, I'm just trying to, spend money on, buying all these Toyota vehicles for the, just to shut them down, to buy them because the voice of the people is not behind him, and so the entire government. So that's why you find this Akpabio, apparently nobody voted for him. They just, pick him and just put him there again, contrary to what the constitutional, rule, or pathway, I would say. So, and again, they are the main objective. What they are there for is to lie. To find every day after day to find another joke, another thing to lie about, and to put it out there so people can start. So
those propagandas, exactly. Some of them they will just drop them and they will pretend that they did it. They are not the one who did it. For example, right? Remember, I don't know if you saw that. Oh, I did see one where they said the price of petroleum is crashing since the dollar is crashing. Okay, and they let it run for a while, right? And then they came out to debunk it. No, there is no price crashing. And don't let anybody don't believe the fake news. Blah 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 blah. But they were the ones who actually dropped it out there. Then they also came back and said, "Oh, Nigerian naira, a dollar is now 1,000 naira at Sheraton Abuja. The BTC in Sheraton Abuja are now selling for 1,000 naira. So they let that one run for a while that people were making sort of different posts, publicity on WhatsApp everywhere. You better go and sell your dollar. Dollar is crashing, dollar is crashing, only for them to come out later, 24 hours later, and said, no, there's nowhere they are selling dollar for central bank. There's nowhere they are selling dollar for 1,000 naira to $1. It's fake news. So you know that kind of thing, right? They put out all those lies and they let them run. So many of them are just pure distractions sometimes. Oh, breaking news days.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing.
Yes, it is distraction. So that is their way of ruling. They don't have any idea. They don't know how to bring people out of poverty. They are the most laziest politician in the world. You see, Nigerian politicians, they don't know anything than to pack money, put it in a separate room, and then use that money to buy people, because it's easy to steal money and then give them food.
Is actually out there lifting Nigeria out of poverty. You could hear empowerment.
Yeah,
you'll be sharing Okada, wheelbarrows, grinding machines.
Yes,
sometimes cars,
so
taxis.
So Mr. Tinubu is saying, "Oh, don't say bad thing about your country." Is he not the person who started it? Isn't he that who came to office by crook, by all means or whatever? Haven't you caused the nation already? So I don't know where, I mean, all he knows how to talk about is just, few words. In fact, sometimes somebody will sit down beside me and then be sleeping that this man is not even making, he doesn't make you want to listen to him because it's not making any sense. It's still talking like a whole.
You will listen.
Yeah.
Even Joe Biden in America, as some Americans who will be like, is this, is that? But Joe Biden go still kind of clear things enough that you will listen to him. You go still feel like this one looks like president too.
Oh yes,
because you feel like president is talking.
That is the last look. After that speech, the man doesn't have time. He wants to sleep or he wants to go out. He's not doing anything. He's just there. He just for the sake of just being the president, and then people come there.
Him out of somewhere, and he's there to come and advise everybody in the room. As if to say, he's not the president. He's just an elder statesman. You need to help people. You need to make sure people they're eating. And you be like, who you be? Who you be, Baba? Who to be your job? So I think I get you.
What is concerned about is the amount of money they will be able to scoop before that 4 years gone, and then they're already doing it. So now that's what they're all about. They're not about anything. They don't want good for the country. You can see them. Only if you can read in between the line that you know that these people are not for anything. They are just there just for nothing. Is rubbish. They are not ready to do anything.
For 185 million. They want to construct one solar street light. For 118 million naira, one street light pole.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate. Thank you very much for listening to me. And then we will always, you will always be there for us. At least we will be able to share our own opinion every time. Yeah. Well done.
Nice.
Thank you.
You have a good one.
All right.
Take it easy. So there we had a caller. Now, I have another caller on the line, but I want to quickly ask us to please, if you are still here with us, especially on YouTube, okay, you should take a moment and like the broadcast if you haven't already. Here is Mike. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Maiyegun General.
Good evening, Baba. How are you?
The general.
Baba.
Yeah, I've been listening to you. for the past days now, I've been trying to get to you, but I couldn't get through. Yeah, what I wanted to say, you see what happened in Senegal.
So.
The young people that take over Senegal now, you see how it happens. You know that cannot happen in Nigeria.
Fortunately.
Yeah, it cannot happen because the Fulanis, which are in charge of Nigeria, will never allow that to happen. And the only thing that can make something like that happen is a revolution. And I don't think that any revolution can happen in Nigeria. Because
that's another maybe.
You see, Nigeria is monetized. Everything about Nigeria is monetized. So people are after money. You know, if you look at the schools, the terrorist institution in Nigeria, I'm sorry if I may use this word now. I don't want to offend anybody, but I just want to say it. You see, like in schools, they have there's what we call this Iko. I don't know. You know what it's called Iko?
No idea. What's that?
That what we used to call them Iko is secret courts. They call them Iko.
Oh, the secret court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
this
if I may ask, that Iko is a word from, is that from Benin?
I don't know. That's why I think they call them in the school those days. If you don't want to say secret court, say Iko.
During my own time, I think we had a different name they were calling them. People like us will not be anything but Jew. Like
Jew men.
But those ones, like, oh God, why did I just disappear in my head? Anyway, continue. By the way, you continue. I'll remember.
So these people, they all have different fashion of them, all have different political people they belong to. You are the one that are for APC, you are the one for the PDP, the one for this, the one for that.
Baba, you know that somebody who first raised this thing was like a years ago. Just because you mentioned it now, right? That person said, go and take a look at the Nigerian politicians. And if you have a chance, go back and check the schools they went and who they were. A lot of you will realize that these were like hardened criminals, murderers, rapists, full-time one, no. But to them, they are now good. I mean, they have money, they now have money, they are not like that anymore. Who told you they are not like that anymore? Somebody said that like time ago, and I was like, really? He said, yeah, most of your politicians are retired courtists, but they are not retired. These are a bunch of criminals.
That is what is happening. If you look at Edo State, there is 30 court of people that are ruling Edo State. If you look at Lagos, the same court in Edo State are the one are operating in Lagos as well. The same group.
If you go, you understand it's the same. If you go, it's the same. You just have to be in between them to know better.
Yeah. So, and they have those in school, those are just graduated, they have a WhatsApp group where they discuss and do all those things and plan ahead and stuff like that, position themselves. These are the people that will give us a revolution in Nigeria. But they wouldn't do that because they've been monetized. Look at what you're doing now. You are doing a very good job. But if you look at Nigeria these days, today, you see script makers everywhere. What kind of script are they making? Is it to educate people of to do what? It's just about monetizing their life, monetizing
everything around them, at least to earn a living. It's like people going into Nigeria police or Nigerian army. 90% of those who goes into those places because they couldn't find a job and they needed something to feed. Not because they are patriotic, not because they want to defend Nigeria with their life. No. But we do know that, Baba. I get you.
Yeah, my very close friend when we were in school, you know what he told me?
What?
He said if he graduates, he go to job police so that he can be taking money from people.
I've had people who told me say.
He told me, it's my very good friend. And we are cousins. Today, when he finished school, that is where he is. Tell me what that person will be doing
now. I get one friend. And this is something that I'm trying to keep holding it, okay? But there's this guy. He's currently working inside the presidency in Abuja. Inside the Tinubu's presidency in Abuja.
Yeah.
But he's a police officer. And I remember this, my friend, we were not friend, but we're like, we grew up together, okay? So I remember when he used to say, if he waits till the end of 2010 and he no find job, he go join police.
Yes.
I left Nigeria in 2012, okay?
Yes.
Until I saw the picture of this guy with rank here. And the guy now works in the presidency. I was like, oh, really? So everybody go see say this one self na patriot too. Anyway, what happened? Like, you know, as we say in Yoruba land, they will say God has turned light to truth for him. So now he's patriotic, he's loyal now. It was even looking so good. I was like, oh, I've got a friend. I hope he's still my friend, but I'm not sure.
It's a partaker of national cake now.
It's now. Maybe the day they will arrest me or kidnap me. If he be the one to hold me and say, hey, young man, do you know me? I say, meaning young man, you look like my age mate. Why are you calling me young man? Hey, look at, do you know who is talking to you? I say, I don't know you. Who you be? They say, well, I am here. I will show you. Because when Showore said those people who were beating him in the DSS detention, those who came to kidnap him in Lagos and took him to Abuja that first time, right? They were Yorubas. They were taunting him. They were taunting Showore in the car. Look at you. What are you doing with your life? You will see what will happen. We'll show you. We'll say, we'll teach you a lesson. Yoruba to Yoruba. And he said it was like, are you doing this now because you are a Yoruba to prove to them that you can deal with me and you won't be biased? Is that why you are doing all of this? So, Baba, I'll let you finish, please. Go on.
Yeah. That's just it. We know the Fulani will never allow such things to happen for Nigeria to change. No. Because you look at Terufa now, it's regrouping itself, probably want to take over for Tinubu, which is what they apply. They will never allow anything to work. So, like as you said, let's just watch and see what the obedience can do. Then we will all join them.
I'm not even waiting for what they can do. I'm waiting for the time when their anger can no longer be controlled, not even Obi. So that I can now join and be like, hey guys, hold my hand. Oh yeah, revolution. Now, I mean, waiting to call now and say, oh yeah, we know they vote again. Because I know it is going to get to that. Because everybody who is not paying attention should pay attention now. You see, Nigeria is a place whereby when they do charade election, maximum of 6 months after they do inauguration, everybody don't move on. Now that it is the first time people in their millions, home and abroad, continue to say Tifnumbu did not win. And every day it reminds them of that. And right now, some of them are raging, but their rage and anger is still being tamed and controlled. Maiyegun, obedient. I mean, I love you, but I won't lie to you. The reason why I'm actually befriending you is because I'm waiting for the day that you all will realize that voters card can't save you. And the people that will never make your voters card work, except we team together, hold our hands together and beat them up. Everybody will remain in this captivity. So I will do my best to continue to show love to them. But the reason why I'm loving you, okay, it's not because I love you loving Nigeria. It's because I am waiting for the day that you will need to shut down that entire contraption. And when that day, I shall be there. Inshallah. Mazi, thank you. You have a good one, okay? So that's what I say to people, right? I am your friend, comrade in arms. I be comrade at arms. But I want you to make sure that you know that you must have arm and you must arm yourself. And I want to be your comrade in arm. But until when you get to that stage where you are not using plastic to fight criminals in government or try to use plastic card to change fraudulent criminal governments, when we have to use other means to change the rogues, I will be your friend. Until then, everything where you they do right now, I like them. As for the criminals who want you gone, except you also want them gone. Until you have that spirit of say, we also want them gone, I will be here encouraging you. Not many people are going to be patient, and I'm going to keep encouraging you too to start seeing beyond this your one Nigeria and how you're seeing it. There are millions of us who do not believe in that one Nigeria. But since you do, and we know they will beat you, they will rig you, they will cheat you, they will even kill you, I am waiting for the time you are going to get mad. Really, really crazy. And I shall be there. Inshallah. Inshallah. I shall be there. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Sir, how are you?
Good evening. Good evening or good morning.
Morning.
I'm good.
Grand.
I'm very happy to get you online.
I am happy that you are happy. Baba. Thanks so much.
How is your family? How is life and everything?
Well, I can't really complain. It's just the same mode, you know, but we thank God. How is life?
We thank God.
Grand.
Maiyegun, you know, the problem Nigerians are passing through is caused by Wike. Wike is the genesis of the problem of Nigeria. If Wike didn't
do that rigging and blood
do that rigging, yes, Tinubu cannot be there. That is the truth.
And I think Wike knows that too. And he's milking
that's why he can come anywhere. He can come out to speak anyhow, talk anyhow. Do you see what he said in Rivers State last week about when he said that the politics? He said that Similai don't know anything about politics. He will show him that he's a politician. Wike is a criminal.
2027.
Yes, Wike is a criminal.
If
Nigeria is a country, Wike could have been in jail.
Not could, will be in jail.
Because you can't tell me you say you are a Nigerian, you are a rich man, or you are a wealthy man. What is the source of your money? Wike just is an night out. Being a local government chairman.
And now
it's a out. What is the source of his money? Can he tell Nigeria? This is the source of my money? Have you worked in anywhere? Have you worked in any company?
Lawyer,
have you worked in anywhere?
Lawyer work. Wike could tell you saying the
which lawyer
is a member of
which lawyer?
He's never really been a lawyer.
They call him in bar when he was the chief of staff to Ramechi. It's money call him back, not who call him back. Wike is a criminal.
He's
set out. He set out. Somebody set out in Obiako local government. He set out. They make him a local government chairman. From local government chairman, they made him chief of staff to
SSG.
Chief of staff. Yes.
China SSG be that I've been a chief of staff, Sha.
Chief of staff to Amechi.
He was chief of staff, exactly, because I don't know who was the SSG that time. Maybe Ome here or somebody else. I can't remember.
If you ask if Wike can come out and tell Nigerians how do you make his money?
No,
go to Rivers State. All those touts that cheering him, Wike. Ask Wike, where did he make him money? Which company have you worked in your life? He was local government chairman, chief of staff, minister, other governor that do only crossover bridge. It's crossover bridge you do in Rivers State, not a flyover. It's not flyover. People are calling flyover. Do you know what is flyover?
This flyover is that one that you have to have cars and then a footbridge as well.
Yes, this is crossover bridge. We can do the rivers in Port Harcourt. There is two people in Rivers State that own the whole land in Rivers in Port Harcourt.
Yeah.
One man that have church there. I will not mention the name. Bought a half of a GRA.
Did he even buy it, or he sort of probably just write it up and give it to himself?
It's Rivers State money. Where did he get money?
Where did he get
what
money?
Did he do? What is the job? He bought Coke. He bought so many places. He bought so many places in GRA. He bought so many places in Port Harcourt.
Like, why do they always like to own the word? Like, okay, I am governor now, right? For example, I'm governor of Ogun State now. And then suddenly, I want to own almost half of the land of the place. Like I'm actually going to put my name on them and say,
because
all this land belongs to me. Like, why would they want all of that?
That's why Wike said that, come out in interview, said that nobody will challenge him in River State. He said nobody will challenge him. Yes, he said nobody will challenge him in River State. Because the level of thief, the River State money Wike connive, it's not a small money. He feel that money cannot finish. That's why he said nobody can challenge him in River State. All those criminals, all those touts that's following him around. I was in River State when on 25th of February last year, the election day. I was there. I saw what they did in my polling unit. I hope I send it in to you in WhatsApp time.
Right.
Don't mind them. And now the hunger is touching both APC, PDP, everybody, both judge, both lawyer, both INEC. The hunger is showing everybody. So no problem. If some of them feel that they have money, you have money. Before, maybe you are giving your aide 100,000 naira a week. Now you can't give him 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira cannot do anything for him.
Anymore.
All those your PA, all those your orderly. How much are they buying a pair of suits? A pair of suits in Nigeria now, the cheapest suit, the good suit in Nigeria now, to your DSS or your SSS to wear is around 400 to 500,000. 400 or 500,000. Before you can give the person 100,000 to go and buy, but everything now, the pen is paying both the rich and poor.
Everybody is feeling the brunt. I get it, Baba.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you, my brother.
We all believe that if all of these people are going to pay for their crimes, the people that are their victims, they must be the ones that will demand for it. But if the victims continue to defend their criminal people like Wike, so they will still continue to enjoy, their loot. Go on.
We don't have country now. The Nigeria have a constitution. Nigeria don't have constitution. Nigeria is not a country. If any person that calling Nigeria a country I don't know what I take qualified.
Deluded. We have told a lot of them that delusion
doesn't really
mean, it's not a fact. Delusion.
The only place you can, they say the criminal is celebrated. They give you a award. See the one, the APC chairman is a criminal in Kano State. They make him chairman of AP. You see, Oshomole said that if you are a criminal, come to APC, your sins are forgiven.
Yes, he said it.
What do you want to hear again?
And people are expecting the same people to sort of just suddenly be good. That's waiting they sort of must be that, like, we know these people. Now, how dare people expect them to do good when you know that what they represent, is totally in contrast with anything good?
Nigeria, if anybody that come out and tell Nigeria a country, Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is just a contraction. It's a bunch of criminals ruling Nigeria. Bunch of criminals.
Thank you so much, Baba. You have helped us towards the end of the broadcast now, where we are wrapping everything up. Okay, thanks a lot for your time. Okay,
good night.
Weekend.
Good night.
Okay?
Yeah, bye.
Bye. Now that is where we are going to draw the curtain tonight. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm going to see you tomorrow again. Until then, please keep safe. And do not stop watching Maiyegun, because I will see you again. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdó.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdó.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun Diary political.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdó.
Maiyegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.